evasive, yeah. I really came from the basement, yeah. Run my curb out, ain't no payments, yeah. No, I do not need that bitch, she moving too basic. I don't want none of her energy, that girl, she's moving too basic. Acting like she is so into me, but I can tell this girl faking. I'm in the cut like a motherfucking doctor, but no, I do not got no patience. No, I do not got no patience. That because these niggas, they not relate. Never run money, only thing I'm chasing. I just be dodging bullets like the Matrix. Niggas, they throwing shots, yeah, they missing, they better off throwing rocks. Yeah, I rap, but my niggas, they chose the blocks. Getting millions, I barely go for my knots. Nowadays, no, I am not with the waiting. No, I do not hit the patience. Yeah, diamonds, they wait, then I'm racist. Yeah, pull up, I hop and get facelift. Yeah, my niggas, they really take shit. Yeah, everything I do evasive. Yeah, I really came from the basement. Yeah, run my curb out, ain't no payments. Nowadays, no, I am not with the waiting. No, I do not hit the patience. Yeah, diamonds, they white, then I'm racist. Pull up, I hop and get facelift. Yeah, my niggas, they really take shit. Yeah, everything I do evasive. Yeah, I really came from the basement. Yeah, run my curb out, ain't no payments. Yeah, met her at the club, I had to take her home just so I could see the rest of her. Took a number, but before I text her back, I'll probably send a messenger. Nothing that I do is regular. I got 3 girlfriends cause I'm not a settler. Never worry about a chick cause I just been stacking my chips like a kettler. Gotta be special if she in my car that only take 1 passenger. Nothing that I do is basic. I bought her a bag, she could've got a Challenger. On my watch is big face, on my bezels got diameter. All this goddamn ice on my neck, I can walk in and change the temperature. I know that she feeling me. Catch her attitude, I never fret, cause catching checks my ability. She tried to Google my net worth just to see I'm a millionaire, literally. The bag I could drop in your head is way too big for you to belittle me. My ops going broke is a joke, are you kidding me? No, I am not with the waiting. No, I do not hit the patience. Yeah, diamonds, they wait, then I'm racist. Yeah, pull up, I hop and get facelift. Yeah, my niggas, they really take shit. Yeah, everything I do evasive. Yeah, I really came from the basement. Yeah, run my curb out, ain't no payments. Nowadays, no, I am not with the waiting. No, I do not hit the patience. Yeah, diamonds, they white, then I'm racist. Pull up, I hop and get facelift. Yeah, my niggas, they really take shit. Yeah, everything I do evasive. Yeah, I really came from the basement. Yeah, run my curb out, ain't no payments. Yeah.
Yeah. Wake up in the morning, you know how to do this shit. Like, good.
Cannon.
Yo. Yeah. Yeah. We ain't got time. I drop my demons out. With my mind. Run around town with a bad bitch. Seeing dang. All these niggas they got right here. They stay lying. We ain't got time. I drop my demons out. With my mind. Run around town with a bad bitch. Seeing dang. All these niggas they got right here. They stay lying. 4, 5, 6, 7 bitch keep calling my line. You can't like me, next little nigga start lying. That top my name, I'll live my life. Chopped up chicken and shrimp, cut in my rice. Spanish bitch, come poppy, I can make my wife. She want new Versace, put my dudes on the ice. Pink cash girl, got them sisters, about to put them on the flight. Diamonds in the car, yeah, lenses, you can see them in the night. Cowboy man, that's why my jeans so tight. Tripping on lanes, don't think you really wanna ride. I'm gon' want one on you, none of my kind. See some many whites ain't wasting my time. We ain't got time. I drop my demons out with my mind. Run around town with a bad bitch. Seeing dang. All these niggas they got right here. They stay lying. We ain't got time. I drop my demons out with my mind. Run around town with a bad bitch. Seeing dang. All these niggas they got right here. They stay lying. My bitch fine, you ain't lying, my bitch bang, these niggas been bang, but my dog keep bang, these hoes be bang, these niggas be bang, bitch on the bone, bitch light, got that bitch in the line, said she got money, side, don't do side, you know me, cold outside, I need a long sleeve. Falling on your hoe like Kobe.
morning. What's up, Illis? What's up, Jack? Multi-Savage Chad, good morning. Katarina, Emmanuel, what's up, man? The usual suspect. Good morning, guys. Welcome. Welcome back. Maybe I trade today? Maybe. Fingers crossed. I gotta leave earlier today, chat. It's gonna be a short stream. Maybe like until maximum 11. Maximum. Ideally, like if you get something early today, I can probably hop off maybe earlier, but I gotta leave at like 11 latest. What's up, Chad? Yo, tier 1. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, bro. Tier 1. What's up, Joseph? Alright, chat. So, yeah, early stream, man. If we get something early, then I will be off earlier. But I gotta be somewhere. What do you got going on today? ADP weekly employment change 8:15. Good trades balance 8:30. 9 a.m. HPI. What's up, Young? Young spend 5903. I'm good, bro. How about you? What was I saying? Yeah, you have damn, bro. I want to keep the music on. Yeah, you have nothing major today, chat. Just CP consumer confidence at 10, and then that's it. I think tomorrow is what you have. You know, tomorrow is like FOMC, so interest rates come out tomorrow. So that's gonna be a double session stream. We'll be here double tomorrow in the morning and then in the afternoon. That's Wednesday. Thursday, pound interest rates, and then 8:30 advanced GDP, core PC price index, and then Friday is nothing. So that's honestly it. All right, chat. So shit, nothing going on today, but the volume looks vivinos today. Vivinos. What's up? I was gonna say like right. What's up, Reggie? Chat, let me just start my zoom up, and then I need these tools to draw on my screen. It will be good here. All right. Share screen. What am I sharing here? Trading view, xauusd. Damn, man. Damn. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. We ball today, man. We're gonna play a little bit of music. Okay. Okay, chat. So let's see. We got, yeah, price action's not looking bad. Let's start off with the higher time frame to see what's up here. I don't think higher time frame not much has changed. Like, you did get a nice move down. I think in terms of the daily, that gap from what was it, Sunday, got filled just now. So yeah, I think overall, like, higher time frame when it comes to that, we're still in the same zones that we've been looking at for the last couple weeks now, just like in between here and here, and within there is like you have more ranges in between, so maybe like here, right? So yeah, it's looking good in terms of coming down here, right? I think for the last 2 weeks we were discussing how like this was this rejected in the middle of nowhere. You see how there's like a little gap here between there and the bottom of the yellow, right? I'll even go ahead and put the yellow zones maybe a little lower, to be honest, but maybe towards here, right? So you could say like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, there's like a little gap here between the breakout lows and the actual low itself, right? And that hasn't been filled yet. And the reason we're focused on that is because, like, before price decides to take the next step in terms of drive or reverse or anything in this case, like going up or down, like if this were to be a trending, move, right? You know, like obviously a move like this isn't a trendy move. A move like this is just like a very like minuscule move, you know, no difference on price. You blink, you won't notice it. But like, you know, don't get me wrong, the pips are there, but like in terms of like actual direction of the yellow zone here, because this is the range we're in, like you need to usually fill the range first. So that's why like I've been heavily reliant on the idea that something needs to be filled here, right? Because if you were to go up, like likely like you were to range, right? And then after a range, what do you print? Like liquidity, you know, usually that's like a break below for a fake out, or even like if you were to come up, you would pull back and hold, right? But either way, like it would range before doing so, right? So you've been ranging here, but like in terms of the overall yellow, you need to fill in the bottom of the range or the range. You can't range until you fill the range, you know, or until you create that support. So yeah, like, that's why like we've been like focused on this idea. And yeah, it's good that we're coming down because we get much closer to re-breaking the initial lows here. And if you break that low, then below here is like, you know, clean traffic really down towards here. And then that's finally the fill. And then after that, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, the price can continue, price can reverse, price can do whatever it wants to do. It don't matter, nor should it be like your focus really. So yeah, that's kind of what we have in a higher time frame, right? Those same zones that won't change. So, you know, we'll leave this down here. What's up, Mike? We got something up there. We got something up here. What's up, Grant? We got something here. All right. And then in between those ranges, you also got some more resistance right around here as well. So like around like 4215.629. I'll leave that there just to kind of like help divide the ranges up a little bit. Again, like you don't gotta go too crazy when it comes to higher time frame zones. Just kind of mark up like the major zones, and those are like the areas that you want to focus on and understand like what ranges we're actually in. And then yeah, after that it comes down to a small time frame now. So basically below I'll say, I would say, yeah, drop down to a small time frame. I think looking at this in general, like you can see like these highs here, that's the first thing I'm spotting is like there's some nice structure coming down here. So some nice lower highs coming down here. I'll say this is your overall lower high, but then also you did come down and pull back up to finish off last week and then start the week off, right? So there is more lower highs as well within these overall areas, right? So you can probably go ahead and do like, these are like some major lower highs, and then this could be like a minor lower high right here. So it's still good because it adds more detail to the actual structure. Obviously you're still holding these zones here, so that's good. So then the question becomes like, okay, will this continue down towards the bottom of the range now, down towards like the bottom of the areas, which is going to be what, right? That this is what you want to kind of mark up. So I'll say around here is pretty cool. There's a no bottom wick right here, so I'm just going to use that as a reference point right around here. Like you can put a lower or higher, but I think the average area is like maybe just right here at 49.85. So we'll put that there. I'm also going to go ahead and move this over maybe negative 500, probably more. I want that to go all the way across, so you can put negative whatever, negative 2000. Okay, all right, so it just kind of goes to the left more if you're using this tool. And then that's about it, chat. That's pretty much it. So now we have everything kind of marked up, ready to go. You know, we have levels, we have the over idea of where we could push to, all of that. And then now it's a matter of okay, how can we continue down, right? What do we need now to continue down towards the yellow zone? Like that's our next target. So if you were to come down, you know, like you could probably use like areas like this as like advantage points if we were to get in, but that's for later. For now, it's like, what are we going to use to get in? You know, what do we have enough lower highs? Do we have enough structure? And that's kind of what I would ask myself in these situations. But yeah, looking at this, like there's some nice structure as well on the small time from a 30 here. Like all these areas are being held. Yeah, some decent pullbacks around here. Nothing too crazy, but still a nice pullback. And you do have a pullback here for now. I don't know if it's going to be a pullback or reversal. If you come up without re-breaking the lows, then that's obviously a reversal. So I'll say the only thing that I'm worried about maybe is just like between, I would probably say just between here. Between here, I'm not too sure what's going to happen. So I'll put that as a blue zone, honestly. Because if you can fill the top of the yellow, I'm going to change it to blue and empty 5. But the yellow zone, if you can tap the top of these areas, there's also something here I just found too, right here. And then come down, that'll be a much better. Like that'll be much better. Because then you have structure. So basically what I'm trying to say is like if you come up like this, tap into that yellow zone, right? There's matching top wicks to the left as well if you keep referencing the left areas, but boom, boom, you then start to re-break the lows like this. Amazing. You can probably look for sells, like maybe even instead of waiting for the breakout lows, maybe even like in these areas down, right? Below like this yellow zone. And then below here, this is like invisible candles really, so you can't just avoid that. But anything below like 40.20, 40.15, or what am I saying, 40.25, right? Below here, that's great, right? And then you have continuation that sells down. So that's like what I'll use today, and that's kind of how I'll get there. So that's one idea that we can get. I don't know about wick entry sells. I don't know how bearish this is. I need this move to be much more bearish in general to be taking wick entry sells, because again, this could still be looking at the structure in the higher time frame. This can still be higher lows, right? You do have a bit of structure, so that helps, but still, like, I don't want to be taking wick entry sells until you actually have like some type of direction on the higher time frame, right? Because as of right now, like anything here could just be higher lows and this can just come back up. A little less likely since this is the second time re-breaking the lows here, but and you have the structure here, but it's still a possibility. So wick entry sells could be tough. I think the wick entry sells that are valid are more so above 42.15. That's going to be more so liquidity in the higher time from wick entry sells. Again, this is going to require quite a bit of info, quite a bit of movement, so really far away from those ideas. But I think for continuation sells, that's what we have next, chat. And then buys, same thing. And buys, I would probably still need like 42.15. So, you know, same ideas really for the last 2 weeks here. But I want that to hold, right? Above 4,200. Above there, hold, continuation buys. I won't be looking for buys until then, though. So that's pretty much it. So sell ideas, continuation is what we got. Wick entry sell ideas too. That's a little further. And then the buy ideas, which is also valid, but that's a lot further as well. And that's pretty much it. So now we just kind of wait for more information to form, right? Because everything that I drew out is just based off the info that we have. So if you gain more info here throughout the session, like you actually print, you know, breaking structure, breaking the lows of that, like we'll adjust and we'll have more ideas that could form. But that really just depends on price, right? But yeah, that's what I mean by like throughout the session we can get more ideas. Like that does change with counts that print, but I think for right now it's pretty straightforward. That's pretty much it. 4215. But yeah, I think we're closer today though than yesterday. Yesterday was pretty close, but today we're much closer. 2 ideas in terms of pips wise. Like it's not too far. Yesterday was still like 400 pips. The day before last week was like, you know, 700-800 pips minimum every day. But now it's getting much closer. 4-40, 49-85. $49.85. 48.73. All right, chat. Bias for buys, I do. It's above 4,200. Like 4,200 is my bias for buys, right? But that's gonna require like volume. So I don't know. I don't look at trading as like predict the markets, predict it going up or down. I think it's like more of like what's the next move you can make, like what is the next move gonna be, and then after that move happens, how are you going to adapt to that move? But not like I don't think I approach it like, do I think it's gonna go up or down today? Then I take my positions off of that, because then it's just like you're making an assumption before you even see what price is doing. Even if you're looking at the charts, like you're still making an assumption. Like you don't need to make an assumption to make money in the market. It's like, oh, is the market bullish today or is it bearish today? Okay, I don't know. Like let's select one. Okay, I guess it's bullish. It looks more bullish today. Let's just take a buy here because I think it's more bullish. You know, like you're missing a lot of like confluences that you could take advantage of or take more advantage of. So I just wait for the move to happen. That's why it's like 4,200. I need this move to be going up like at least 1,800 pips, right? But I wouldn't sit here and try to like predict from here like, oh, I think we're gonna be bullish from here because you're tapping like a quadruple bottom, you know what I mean? And then just like take my buys off of that. Like, it's not a bad idea, but I would rather wait for more information. And sometimes waiting for more information, you're missing out on 1800 pips. But what's 800 pips really? That's just like movement, you know. You come back next week, we'll be up there anyways, you know. So no stress about that. But if more info does print, right? This is my answer for now. But if more info does print, you create structure in the way up, things could change. Especially if you like, let's say for instance, start to break the lows and then come back up. Instead of looking for buys above 4215, I can start looking for buys from here. I can start looking for buys like above here and upwards instead, right? Above 40.95. But then like that's the thing, like waiting for the next move to occur before making that decision. How will we know if it's gonna go down or not? We don't know. But once that move does happen, it can confirm the next move. So that's like the approach, because I mean, you don't want to be thinking too far in advance. What's up, live HM? Good morning, brother. YouTube have ads now? Maybe. I've always had ads on though. Maybe your ad blocker didn't work. You gotta pay your ad block subscription. I always have ads on though. They're on low though. But honestly, I might turn on medium here. Yeah, ads are always on though. I just don't really. When I play music like this, I don't get monetized, and I might get copyrighted. So I think that's good enough for now. Let's go over it here on YouTube and play the copyright free stuff again. What's up, Wogman? What's up, Benzo? Good morning. All right, chat. So that's pretty much it today. I think pretty straightforward. Right? Makes sense, chat? That's not one of it makes sense. We need to communicate more. Started a new job yesterday. Congrats, bro. What are you doing? So no one spamming once. So clearly something doesn't make sense. Clearly something doesn't make sense, or let me guess. Here for the vibes, but still taking every single trade on the stream. Something's going on. One or the other though. One of them. Pool tech? What's pool tech? Like cleaning? Like with those machines, they come in and clean the pools? It's like those ASMR videos. I'll see on my feed. True. Seems like a chill job. What's up, Y Cakes? Hopefully we can make trading a full-time job, Press. Full-time hobby. Full-time hobby. You don't want trading to be your full-time job. It gets real boring. You want that to be like maybe your full-time hobby though, or like one of your full-time hobbies. You know, it's only like 2 hours every day, really. Like, you know, how much work is it? Trading is not that much work. You show up, mark up, it's just 99% psychology and like 1% trading. But you're trading for like what? Or for instance, for us, like, you know, a couple minutes in and out usually. Not that time consuming. Tough though on the mental. I can do another session which is more volume for EU. The Euro USD, yeah, I guess so, yeah. Euro USD. Why don't you just go trade like EJ or something then? Might be better. Asian and London combined. Combination. You want golf full time? Yeah, see, golf is gonna take like 6 hours at least for a game though. That's like, yeah, you that could be full time. That us though. You do like, yeah, that's like half your day. One session or 4 to 6 hours, right? Shit, you spend like, yeah, golf is the same thing, bro. You hit the ball like maybe 10% of the time, and the rest of the time you're just hunting for the ball. You know, you just go around searching, looking for that golf ball. Same thing with trading, bro. You're trading for 15 minutes, the rest of the time you're looking for a setup. Similar. You're just burning more calories though. Eight hours of golf and working out. Yeah. Golf is cool though. I haven't played in like a year. Golf is cool. I'd say you had a nice top wick there. It didn't tap 39 directly, but you still got a top wick, so that's good. It's not, you don't need exactly a tap. Like I think you tap into these areas in general, so it's good. You know, we can adjust to that, but I would probably need then maybe some extra confluence down here. So maybe a break and pull back and re-break, something like that. I need some volume for sure, because if it just slowly creeps down and it's just slow volume, like it just kind of like very slowly takes to come down, then I'm gonna let that break and push. I need that push and then that pull back. So that could even be, that could end up giving us ideas like maybe down here, worst case. So it may not be directly off the re-breaks. Ideally, you know, if this tapped into what was it, 38, 40 zones, then I think this would have been okay. Below here, below like 20. That's it though. Worst case though, you got a lot of range. I think this next area is gonna be like 300 pip shot. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, was that a flip? Let's see. Not bad. Spreads could be a little better, but I think overall, like this entire drop, there wasn't that like crazy volume, and maybe until like here it was decent. How long did this like? This is like 30 minutes, which is not bad. 170 pips, I think. But like, you know, the rest of these moves so far, like it was like very slow on the way down, right? So maybe I'll pick up for NY and just actually give you like a direct drive now. Four has no top wick, but if you get pullbacks, chat, then you'd be good. Why are there ads on your live? Bro, what do you mean why there are ads in my live? You think this shit free? Why are you watching for free? You ever question that? Why is this stream free? Bro, come on, bro. It's a free stream. The most I can do is play an ad every now and then. Come on. There's actually no charge on these streams. Like, chat, I've given you, we've given, let's see, we've given, since we came back, we've given, let's go by pip. Let's go by pip for pip and percentage for percentages. We've given, and the money is whatever you did the lot size, right? So you can just calculate like that. But since March, let's see, I given 33.93% chat for free. Bro, you can't watch an ad, bro. 33%. So meaning, you know, chat GPT it. If you have $100 account, how much would 33% be? If you have a 100K account, how much would 33% be? If you have a 1K account, how much would it be? Right? A 10K account, whatever your balance is. If you're here for every trade. And then go over here. And then let's look at the pip count. Since March, I've given on stream, including losses, which there has been none, but including losses and wins combined, not just the pip count, we've given 1,573 pips, which is more than probably like 2022. More than 2022, bruh. Alone, like, you know, 1.7 in 2022, but this is when I was calculating, like, you know, grew away, more of like, you know, closing half at 10 pips and putting at 10 pips instead of like 5 pips, you know, it just grew half-assed in it type energy. But we don't do that no more. Nowadays, we just put the full exact pip count. So 1.5K, 1.9 overall this year. For free, chat. That's shit. That's crazy. That is crazy. 30% is a lot. A lot of people don't understand since they're just gamble. Yeah, bro, people don't even live to see like a consistent percentage per week, man. They think, you know, I don't know, like they look at percentages as like, I don't know, I think people like look over percentages, you know, they overlook it, but it's not. It's like you can say, oh, I can make 1%. I can make 1% in a year. Like you can say that, right? Or I can make like 1% a month, like 2% a month, easy. People say that, but then like the reason they don't want to is because they don't know how to slow down their pace, right? So then that's the hard part, like being consistent. It's not, anyone can make 2%, but like how consistent can you be with doing that each month? And for how long, you know? Could you only do it for maybe like 3 months before you go back to your old ways of like just constantly trying to flip the account? Like that's the hard part, isn't it? So that's the part that actually requires the patience. But to make like, you know, 10%, shit, bro, I'm sure like a lot of people can do that. But to keep that consistent is the tough part. That is the part that people lacking, or as traders. Download ad block? Come on, bro. Why are you using that? Why are you using that, bro? Nah, you gotta watch the ads. Do you have an other account linked to your 2K? Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. I got a copy trader. Don, this month will close small body bullish candles. Then the month candle break lows, not this month. So daily should keep ranging between 41.56 and 39.70. This month will close small bullish candle, then month candle break low, not this month. Daily should keep ranging. Yeah, like 41.56 and 39.70. Yeah, it's between here. That's like between these areas. I'll say, yeah, there's a high chance you're gonna range between here for like at least a couple of more days, maybe weeks. You don't? Well, maybe then I don't. I could care less to prove how much money I got, bruh. Or I care how much money is in my account. Because when I did that last time, things did not age well. With like fucking weirdos coming in and tracking how much money I got and shit. So fuck, I got 2K and I'm happy showing 2K, bruh. I could care less. I could care less, bruh. That ass. That's a 2,000 pip range. Yeah, maybe a little more actually. This is like 4,000 almost. 4,000, 4,000. Remember when you had 4K people watching? Bro, I don't remember. I maybe for like, I got short-term memory loss. I only remember when I had like 200 viewers watching. Cause then if I do remember, then I'm gonna have to chase viewers. I don't gotta chase no viewers. Viewers just come. You show value, they come. Regardless. It's just a mind shift to adapt and adjust. That's all that is. I mean, 41.56 and 39.70. Daily range between a small range, not 43. Daily range between here. Yeah, between here, 41. Yeah, like I think. Wait, what you're asking? You're asking. Then the month candle can break this low, not this month. So daily should keep ranging. Daily month will close weak. Yeah, or you know what though? The daily might close weak, but it could also, it's not a bullish, like, it's not going to be like a strong bullish candle as support as well at the same time. So like, you're like between here and here. Like you're, like if you look left at price here, where's your next like major support zone? That's like down here, right? So all of this could right here to the left could be clean traffic. And if that's to the left could be clean traffic, then there's a chance that you can come down all the way down towards 3,400, 32, right? And then the last month's candle, although it's closing like weak bullish, let's say, it can still be a top wick. So the next candle can just literally just fly straight down here towards the bottom of the range. Just like that. That is a possibility, right? Maybe not exactly within a month candle, maybe it could take two, whatever. Time, I'm not speaking about time, but just in terms of like general movement and general areas of where price is right now. If you look left, like where's the next clean traffic till? Right, so this is closing weak. It's not like it's closing strong, or it's not like it's closing. If it's closing like this, okay, sure, you know, you found support. Closing like this, you could start to find support, but I wouldn't say it's like confirmed. And I wouldn't say it's really confirmed until you start breaking above here, or grabbing liquidity first before coming back into the range. Because if you actually break the lows first, and then come back into the range, and then you can look at this move as like a fake out or like liquidity, and then this move coming up to fill the range is like your range fill, right? And then that's kind of what you can confirm as like bullish now. But that's gonna need to grab liquidity, which means that you could get a move down, and that might not be a directional move on the monthly time frame. That could just be a continuation of a pullback down. Two, you get the fake out once you get the bottom wick, right? Or sorry, no. That's 1. 2 is you get the closure back above 5,000. Top of the range, just because there's like some wicks there. You see this? So if there's some wicks there, there's some reactions there, you can put like some type of zone here. And then your next area becomes down here. And this is kind of the range you're in. So until you actually break above or come down, break the lows, come back to the range, it's like you don't have like, you're not even close to printing direction yet. Or making that decision yet. Especially when you go back to the weekly too, you add up the weekly ideas and then you add up the daily ideas, it's like you're nowhere near moving just yet. But the faster the better, you know. Ideally, like this range here is how big? This is a 10,400 pip range. So it's a massive range overall that we're like developing. Oh, nice chat. Look, you tapped it. You tapped 33, or what was it? You broke you broke 33. I think we had what do I have here? 39. So let's see. Can you tap 39? If you can tap 39, could we then get the continuations below 4020? Right? Likely is to happen if you do come back down below 4020. Let me see. Maybe I could rethink the wick entry ideas. Can we get wick entry sells? Because this is moving up very rapidly. If it continues to break, not the 4-hour flip, maybe after 45.9. Let's see. If this can shoot straight up towards 45.9, that's another 200 pips to go. We can get wick entry sells too. That would be very clean. I don't see why not. But you're gonna need to break those highs. What's up, Vance? Baby, see you. Good morning. I'll consider a big drop next month. This kind of closes a small body bullish candle. I agree. We're in the same boat then. WTSA, bro. Someone that's not here for the vibes. Actually here to learn W. Yeah, but you might have a 30 leg count here, chat, in about 15. Let's see. Chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. I think we hit 126,000. We're at 4 likes already. W. What's a good broker for Canadian trader? There's a lot, bro. You gotta just search up like something that suits you, honestly. I use Blueberry Markets. That's what I use. I don't know, you can choose whatever. I'm not like gonna, if you want to use my broker, you could search up Blueberry Markets on Google. And then yeah. But you can use whatever broker you want. Or do, yeah, Exponential Broker. That link should pop up. You can use that too. That could direct you. But this is a shit ton. I've used them Blueberry for like maybe, I think 4 years now, chat. 2022, right? 21, 22? 4 years now. What's up, bit me some? What's up, bro? 10 more minutes. Bro, you really gonna promote to someone that has like 200 viewers and shows a 1K account? Like, bro, are you not embarrassed? You gonna really try to like eat off of somebody that's like that's showing a 1K account, bro? You not embarrassed? Chat, 39 almost tapped. I would say that's like pretty close, bro. That's like 10 pips away from tapping that zone. So let's see if this actually flips and starts breaking below 40.20. Or is it gonna make a steeper top wick? 4 hours still has no top wick, right? You see right here, like right above like 39 zone. So that's one of the ways you can kind of counter the 4 hour no top wick. In this instance, like if the 4 has no top wick and you come near it, basically like this is the opening, you came down, you come up and you start to re-break, like you can kind of say, okay, well, 4 hour top wick may not happen. It doesn't always need to happen. There's ways to counter it, there's ways to like avoid it. Same goes with like gap fills. You still need the confirmations. You can't just assume, right? Oh, 4 hour top wick, let's just go ahead and tap it. Or you're expecting a 4th flip now, or let's say there's a gap filled, you can't just expect it to fill. You know, there needs to be confirmations that you would want to use. The daily no top wick, that won't be an issue too if you get structure. Like I think that same with the 4. Like if you get structure, then you're good. You don't need to worry too much on the top wicks if you get small time from pullbacks. Like for instance, like this alone, right? Like the daily opened up like where around here. No, I'm tripping. Daily opened up around here, right? So you had a little bit of movement. You had this, you had this, you had this, you had this, right? So let's just move that to any part of the chart because you don't really look at candles no more. You can go like this and look, you can see how you have like some nice lower highs, right? And this could be one too. So if you start to re-break, this is the daily flip. If you try to come up and you didn't flip for a daily, and then you came back down, made a low, you try to come up again, try to flip for a daily, failed to do so. Matter of fact, respected the previous highs. As you continue to do that, what do you think is gonna happen, right? You're likely could just continue now. This could not happen, may not happen. How will this happen though? Is if you start to break structure. You start to break structure, right? So you can do all this without looking at the candles, chat. Just trace it and look at structure. It's pretty straightforward. But look, at what point are you gonna likely come up towards here? Looking at structure above this high. So you drag it back down now. Where is that high gonna be? That high is gonna be 45.3. If you break above 45.3, that is likely where you could be worried about the top wick at 40.76 on a daily. Until then though, right? Again, it's still like lower high territory. So there's always ways around it. Like don't be like afraid of like no top wicks. Just apply an extra confirmation. A lot of times you're just afraid because you're afraid you might not get a move, right? But if you wait for a confirmation, regardless, if there's a move or not, you're waiting for that confirmation. What's up, Daniel? Good morning, sirs. Let's see if we get the sells here, where our stop's gonna be. Chat, we're close today, okay? We're like maybe 110 pips away from the re-breakout lows. And if that came up towards 5.9, which maybe it still could, then we can get wick entry sells. That's only if it comes up within one motion. 40.60, right? But that's far. It's 270 pips away still. But if you start to re-break the lows after tapping to 39, which is like the top wick we wanted to see, then below 40.20, we can get in sells, which means stops are gonna be probably 2200. I'll probably use a 0.05 lot. Yeah, 0.05 lot if we were to get in. We're not in yet, okay? So once we actually start re-breaking below 40.20, that's when we're gonna start hunting. I gotta go early to the chat. I gotta be off by latest is like 10:30, 11. Ideally before 10:30. Cool, man. If daily close like now, where is wick sell for tomorrow daily candle? Fuck, bro, we gotta wait till tomorrow. We gotta wait till tomorrow to see how the daily close today. But why would you want to make like your life harder by like trying to anticipate how it's gonna close, right? When you can just kind of wait for tomorrow to come and then look at tomorrow's daily candle. Look at how it looks when you wake up for your morning session or whatever session you trade. Show up and like look at the information you have in that exact second, versus like, because I'm not thinking about tomorrow. That tomorrow we'll find out tomorrow, right? Like what's gonna happen in the next 30 minutes, done? I don't know. We'll wait for that to form. Again, like in trading, you don't have to like try to make that guess too ahead. Like you don't gotta try to make that prediction like too ahead of time. Like, oh, I think from here it's gonna be bullish for tomorrow, so you start taking buys today because you want to chase the move that could come later. It's like when you scalp it, you don't need to predict too much in advance like that. It's just unnecessary. It's like there's no reason for it. Or like the same thing with bias too. Like you don't need to know like if price is gonna reverse or not to take positions. You know, you can use confluences in between to get that piece of the pie. Because then you're literally just treating it as a casino. It's like, what is it, black or red? Like, you know, is it gonna land on black? Is it gonna land on red? Like, what's gonna land on? Like, you don't want to make that pre-assumption. You probably got better odds in trading, but still, like, if you have all of these tools here, like all the time frames, why not just utilize them? You know, if you got the minute, you got the 5, 15, 30 to 1 to 4 to daily, the weekly, the monthly, or the 3 minute, 23 minute, whatever time frames you got. Use all of them. Use all the time frames to your advantage. Why not? You have NYSE opens, you have closures, you have forward closures, like whatever, right? But yeah, if you have all those advantages, like why not take advantage of them is what I'm trying to say. Yep, interest rates tomorrow. We'll be here. Double session. 15 leg candle. Yep, 2 minutes to see. Maybe a 1 hour 2 if it flips bearish, huh? Maybe. What are they expecting tomorrow? Like same rates tomorrow? 3.75 or something? Tomorrow they're expecting 3.75. Yeah, same rates. I think that could change, but I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow how that comes up. We don't gotta think too much in advance like that. Dontavius. What's up, bro? Main Samson. 5552. All right, nice. So 30-minute close week bearish or 15 close week bearish. You're still looking for that closure below. Very key how it comes down to, chat. Like you want to see, I think if this is a range here, you want to see a 1-2 pop. Like you want to see like it correct the range quicker than it took to come down, or it took to come up. This took maybe damn 125 minutes. That's like 2 minutes to come up. Wait, no, I'm tripping. That's like 2 minutes to go up. That's 2 hours to go up, right? So roughly 2 hours to push up, and then yeah, if you correct that move much quicker than 2 hours, you know, like even like a couple minutes or 10, like that would matter more than the actual closure below 4020. Because if it just closed below 4020, it's like you can come down with no volume, right? So you want to pay attention to that volume on the way down too, that volatility. I'm good, bro. How are you? Chat, do I sound gibberish to you guys or something? Holy. If I sound gibberish to you, it might take like another 8 months. It's been like 3. 8 months would be maybe like 11. 11 months to understand the concepts. I think a lot of people are still stuck on just closures above and closures below. What's up, Prime? Bro, tomorrow take sell FOMC. Bro. Okay, I want to know like what makes you think like you should think that far in advance for tomorrow today? Like I just want to know. Like what makes you think that you need to make that decision today to do what you're gonna do tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like what questions that? Sorry, let me just help out this customer. Sorry, bro. I mean, I asked you, bro. I wasn't trying to troll, but I was asking, like, what makes you think, like, we gotta predict it today for tomorrow? You know, like, why do you need to think, like, you need to anticipate what tomorrow is gonna do today when you can wait for tomorrow's price action? You know, like, when you wake up tomorrow morning for NY session, you'll get the latest data, and you want to trade with the latest data, not like, I think tomorrow, you shouldn't try like this side of what's gonna happen tomorrow, like, or trying to make an assumption we can wait for much better ideas that could form in that moment. Like, we're not over here, like, for example, like, we're not over here worrying about like the level 5,000. We're not at 5,000. We're not near, at least right now. You know, we're maybe like, how far is 5,000 away, chat? 5,000 pips away, or 5,000 from here is like, let's say, look, 10,000 pips, right? So we don't got to worry about 5,000 until we come up towards like these ends. If we're looking for a particular move, there is what I'm trying to say. It's like because you looking to see what's happening tomorrow is like, Don, what do you think's gonna happen when you break the highs? Shit, bro, we gonna find out when we break the highs, you know? We're gonna find out when we break the highs what's gonna happen. But to make that prediction is not required to make money in trading. You need to take that volume. Why do you need to take that volume? You want that FOMC move? Like you want to load up your account, put a buy stop and sell stop on FOMC, and full margin it so you can get a fucking flipped account for FOMC, correct? And that's just you being greedy, dead ass. Why? 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 Who taught you this? Why? Why do you want to load up? Why do you want to put a buy stop and sell stop FOMC, bro? Um, 2-week break. I'm refreshed. 2-week break, bro. What did you do for 2 weeks? You ever read him like a book? No, I didn't read him like a book. I read myself like a book, bro. Everything I'm talking about is my own shit that I've done before. That's how I know. Bro, you think 8 years of my trading, I've been doing the same shit for 8 years straight? At some point, you gotta make a fucking adjustment. At some point, you gotta adapt. At some point, you gotta make mistakes and adapt and adjust. That's how I know, though. Because I've been at that point where I load up an account, traded news, took fucking buy stops and sell stops, blow an account, wait for the next paycheck, load it up again, do the exact same thing over and over and over and over. And then you go on social media and you fucking see everyone's big balance, and then you're just constantly chasing that revenge trading, over leveraging, and then boom, it's just the same fucking cycle. So I'm trying to break that by telling you, you don't gotta predict what's gonna happen tomorrow, bro. You don't. Like, the only thing that's telling you that you need to do that is you in your head, because you want to be greedy. That has nothing to do with trading, though, right? You can trade and not be greedy, chat. You don't gotta fucking catch 1,000,000 pips a day, man. You just gotta be consistent, because if you can make 100 fucking, if you can make like 100K, or what am I saying? If you can make 100 pips and you can't do it again consistently with the same mindset going into every trade, meaning that every trade you go into, you're blank. You're not over eager, you're not less eager, you're just neutral. If you can go into every trade with that mindset, that has nothing to do with how many pips you're gonna grab, because regardless, you're not gonna be over happy or under happy if you were to catch 100 pips versus 10 pips. If the market gave you 10, you won't be sad. If the market gave you 100, you won't be happy. You're gonna be neutral. But that has to do with price action, right? You hop into the charts every day, you mark up your zones using a consistent strategy. Boom, boom, boom. Levels are marked up, set. You have a strategy in how you found them. Every day you show up, you keep doing that. The only thing that changes is the pips. Market might throw you 100, market might throw you 50, market might throw you 10, market might take from you. But no matter what the result is, you go into the next day neutral. You're not over eager or like, you know, over anxious to look for trades and you need to pass this, you need to pass that. Like, you're just neutral. And that's how you stay consistent in trading, by not like getting like, you know, too happy after wins, or like too crushed, or feeling too crushed after losses. You just same mindset every day, same mindset. Show up. If there's something, there's something. There's not, there's not. Move on to the next day. Done. Period. Pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You can't do that because of consistency score. Okay, that's a different story then. That's a funded, you know? That's a funded. That's different. Consistency score. So yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do, but I'm just trying to break that cycle for you by asking you why. I'm not even asking. I'm not telling you to stop doing what you're doing or not. You know, I'm just kind of questioning you, like, why. You know, just ask yourself, like, why do I need to fucking, you know, try to catch the news move? You know, you can do whatever you want though, but shit, bro. If I had someone telling me this when I first started, bro, I would be here maybe sooner, but I didn't. So I could be that person. Relatable lore. know, relatable for real. Relatable experiences. We all experience the same thing, chat. To be honest, like as traders, we all experience the same thing. $64. What time is it? 9:10. Chat. 20 minutes to NYC Open. Let's see. Could this pick up? 4-hour candle closure. 4-hour closure is not bad. No bottom wick on the opening too, right? No top wick as well. So if you do get top wicks and you start coming back down, then no issue. I think the only thing, maybe just be careful in the re-break of the lows. I'll say you let that break and then pull back one more time and then the re-break. Because usually when you have like no top wick, what can happen is you can break the lows and then still come back up for a top wick. So you want to confirm something here. So that's probably what I'll do. But still, in this area, it should be okay. Bro, I didn't watch Odyssey yet. I didn't watch it yet, bro. I gotta watch it. You don't spoil. Bro, I need to watch that movie, bro. In 70mm. True, lend the cycle better. Every trader sooner or later goes through the same ground bands. Yeah. Unless you're just like, you know. Unless you're just like really like you had money before you started trading, and you start trading and you just flip an account and then you quit trading. But if you're doing this like consistent long term, like in terms of cycles, where it's pretty similar, man. How you determine when to enter wick entry and the re-break? Structure. If there's missing structure, if there's missing liquidity, or like if depends on where you're dropping up from. Like the only reason I added the wick entry sell idea of 4060 is because one, the 4-hour flips here. So if the 4-hour flips, this range can be filled and this becomes your next resistance. So I looked at the range from here to here. That's like not in terms of pips wise, but it's a decent move. It would correct almost 2 ranges, 1 range and 2 range. So if you correct 2 ranges, you likely will pause before like decide what you want to do next, you know, either continuation or like reverse. So then at those reaction zones, which is here, that's what I'm looking for them. The wick entries. Only if you come up that far though, because it needs to correct again 2 ranges. Right? But continuation would be more like if you just get like, let's say top wicks and then continuation down like this, like that's fine. This is already like trending bearish anyways. So wick entry sells are okay. You're just looking to follow that constant pattern. And maybe you'll have a better pattern when you get in, because this volume was okay. It picked up here for a little bit here. So yeah, you want to see something like that happen again, right? And that happened usually once you get a pullback. So that's why continuations here will be okay. Yo, go back to the playbook. That's what I also look at. The playbook V2. So Space Cadet. You should watch. It's amazing. You think it's the best Christopher Nolan movie? Chat, what do you guys rank your Christopher Nolan movies? Top 3. I gotta watch the Batman trilogy again. 4018 FVG. Good to know. Fair value gap. Fair enough. Dark Knight goated. I watched Instar like last year on IMAX at the theaters when they re-released it. That was cool. But I didn't watch the original release. I never watched Interstellar before that until I watched it on IMAX, so I got blessed. Where have I seen this guy before? I don't think so, bro. You probably saw me on YouTube or something. Or you probably saw me on a YouTube video. You probably saw me on a live stream. You probably saw me on something, some day trading, something. Gucci. Streamer University. Don, it's time to bring the red gloves. Yo, for real, you gonna know who I am with the red gloves right there. Fucking start streaming red gloves on, bro. Like. Red gloves going up. Hey, that was on wisdom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I made the ones off Temu. You know, I'm pretty cool. Pretty cool. Mr. Vo. You said butt other bro. You freaky, you, bro. Just a tad. Thoughts on trust right now? I'm waiting for sales below 40.20. So whenever you get closures below 40.20, I'm looking for continuations. That's about it. And then wick entry sells at 40.60 if you shoot up that far. And I don't got buy ideas until about 4,200. So yeah, that's pretty much it today. Those simple 3 ideas. Don Sprite Ice on the red gloves, bro. What can I say, man? What can I say? What's up, Eddie? Chat, I'm a fucking I got a mod soon. We've been back for how long now? 4 months now. Maybe before Q4 we could maybe get one mod in here. I've just been peeping who's like been active through all the times, because I only have like what 3 mods right now. Three mods, I think I got 3 mods. I got Eddie, bit me some G, and Shorty, 4 months. Can I be mod, bro? You just got here, bro. How you gonna be mod? How you gonna be mod? You literally just came here today. You're fresh. So much aura. All right, bro. For sure. I know this is random, but I'm learning about drawing curves and trend lines. The trend lines part is easy. It's the curves part that confuses me. How do you draw curves? Buddy, like, I don't use curves. Like, I don't... What the heck are curves, bruh? Can't you just manipulate drawing curves on the screen then? What does that even mean? Like how do you draw curves? Will it just look like this? Like you're just constantly like I don't know. I guess yeah. We're looking like this right now. It's looking like a fucking I don't know, a tunnel. Like I don't know. What are curves? I've never heard of curves ever, bro. Trend lines I understand. You know that's. I think we all know trend lines, but curves. That's in the wrong stream, bro. Whoever taught you to draw curves, go to them. I do not teach curves. The only curve that I teach, bro, is this curve right here, bro. The growth chart curve. That's about it. I don't teach no curves, and I use that with support and resistance, and that's it. That's all I teach. Curves. Hold on. Let's see. Is there here? I think I've seen before or something. Right here. All right. So this looks like it is yeah, but you can just manipulate this, no? Like, what do you need to find out? Like, whether, like, this is a... Sometimes, chat, sometimes, bro, you might just get too caught up in the indicators or, like, using certain tools, but all the info is on your screen as we speak. So, like, if you just remove all of that, you don't gotta remove everything. But, like, a lot of times, man, you don't realize it, but the information is all right here. A lot of times. It's all right here. You don't need the training wheels to look at it and like understand, you know, candle structure and movement. Sometimes the answers are right here. I think sometimes people get too caught up in trying to, you know, put too much on their screen. You don't need too much on your screen. I think it's just experience, really. Time, experience, and consistency. Because then you can use whatever. You can use like one indicator for the rest of your life if you want to. Time, consistency, and yeah, reps. Just reps. Draw on the same indicator or draw on the same zones over and over again. That's really all that it is. You don't gotta have two. If you don't understand something, bro, you don't need to use it. You know? Like, I don't understand FVG. I don't use it. I don't understand oral blocks. I don't use it. I don't understand fibs. I used to use it until I realized I don't understand it. And I look at just support and resistance now. But you don't need too much. You don't need to do too much. If you don't understand something, just drop it, bro. Drop it and make your own, you know? Look through the tools and pick something else and just build something that you resonate with more. Because sometimes you get too caught up in just copying, you know, that next trader or like that guru or that mentor, and you forget about, like, you know, like the important part is like, how do you make it work for yourself? So that's what matters, right? If you can make something work versus someone using 100 indicators, maybe 100 indicators works for somebody else, but it doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody all the time. I'll keep my mouth shut bro, I'm not even flaming you. I'm telling you, bro. You can't take that criticism. That's barely the surface criticism, bro. I'm trying to tell you that, like, you don't need to use it if you don't understand it. Like, that's not no hurtful shit. That's not no, like, yo, bro, like, you suck. No, bro, that just means that, like, if something you use you don't resonate with, look for something else. That's it. That's what that means, bro. That's how I got to where I got to. But, bro, that's just a you asked the question, I'm answering it. But I'm not trying to say it's bad or anything. Because, bro, ask the chat right now. Chat, who trades negative RR? They're gonna be like, who does that? You know, a lot of times people in the chat they don't even trade like me. Chat, what do you guys trade? Positive RR or negative RR? 1 for positive RR, 2 for negative RR. Spam it below. Because it doesn't resonate with everybody. Some people, you know, pick different things up for me. Using solar system, all right, bro. Solar system curves. Solar system strategy. If the moon aligns with this, you will do this. Half moon means take it easy. Negative 1 2 2 1 1 2. Negative 1. You know. Chat, new title is better. Fuck, I feel it's just more freeze in this title, bro. Live day trading with the date. I only want to leave the date because people can go back to that date if they want to watch a certain stream. But honestly, it just looks way simpler like this, like just straight to the point. Because I put the date and then put live day trading. Like, looking at the thumbnail, we all know it's live day trading. It's just the live thumbnail anyways. This feels more free. High risk, high reward. Yeah, another thing about negative RR too is that people look at it differently. Some people look at, like, you know, the risk to reward in terms of like how big is it compared to the stop loss. But then some people look at it as like risk. There's risk negative RR too, right? I don't know, a good example of it. I don't know if you guys ever played like some type of ranked game. When you play a ranked game, you're negative RR. You don't, like, you're losing, like, if you have a match on a ranked game, you're losing, like, let's say 50 points. If you know, your team gets eliminated within the first drop. You drop and you get eliminated. But then to gain those rank points back, you need to win like multiple times, right? But what is it in the end that's gonna make you get back to where you were? The discipline, not crashing out on the next game, right? Just following your plays or following your whatever strategy, whatever you're using for that ranked game. But it's the same shit. That's what negative RR is. It's just discipline. It's just discipline to not get out of control the moment you take a loss, and just to be on that path. And that's how you come back up to the top on your ranked games. But it's the same shit. It's literally negative RR when you're playing ranked games too. Because, like, you're not, I mean, very rarely, bro, are you gonna gain a huge chunk back, you know? Like, even if you have a win and you get like your most kills in the game, bro, like, you're barely climbing. Like, when I play iRacing, same thing. Ranked games in Tekken, I haven't played Tekken rank. Tekken rank sounds sweaty, bro. I actually don't think I ever played like a ranked fighter game. That sounds way too sweaty, bro. You're just button mashing, no? Let's see, chat. Volume is here. Can you break below? I gotta leave early today again, chat. Just in case you guys missed that this morning. I gotta leave earlier today. I gotta leave at like maybe before 10 or before 11. So yeah, we'll be here till then. See what's up. Math wise, yes, like, nah, bro, math wise, don't get me wrong, you know, math wise, but there's no math in trading unless you're trading quants. Math wise, it makes sense for sure. Mathematically, you need a certain win rate in order to maintain a negative risk to reward. So yeah, math wise, it just makes more sense to have positive RR. But it's not as predictable as math. Like how often, you know, like you gotta calculate how often you win and then how often you lose, right? Oh, here goes a flip, chat. Hey, leg candle 39.82. What time frame? Down here, yes. I think that's an invisible candle on the 15. But yeah, a leg candle on the 1. Wait, you said 39.82? 39.82 is where? Down here, yeah, that's a leg candle too right here. That has not been filled yet. That was from like 2 weeks ago, right? That's from a long time ago, yeah. That is a leg candle. So yeah, if that can get filled, you know, today, that'd be nice. This range coming down is quite a bit though. It's like 4,000. Some nice structure coming up here. Just lots of range here, chat, but higher lows are still kind of forming here. So could this come up? And if it does come up, can we get wick entry sells at 41.60? That kind of up here too, yeah, that's a fill. Yeah, 4160, 4158, up in those zones could be wick entry sells if you do come up. Because this is nasty range, you know, like this is when you've been like looking at the charts for like 3 hours and then you start to just like get cameled in. You start tricking yourself into sells or not sells, but like positions in general. Because it's like any breakout you see is like going to be like a crazy move, right? Because you've been ranging for so long. So you want to kind of zoom out too and see what you're in as well. Did you open positions already? No, not today yet, bro. I know we haven't had a position in a week straight now since the 16th of the month, but no, not yet. We're close today though. We just got to break below 20 really. Anything below here is nice. So yeah, whenever that decides to break, we'll look for something. Leg candle here on the 30. Oh, Reggie beat me to it. Damn, Reggie. Quant trading requires those quant traders, man. You ever seen the video chat of the quant trader breaking down retail traders? Like I swear quant traders are like, they don't need to make that much percentages. I think in a year, they're probably making like less than 10% on their account. And that's probably enough. Or that's like very good actually. 10% in a year in terms of portfolio building. You don't need it. Like they're not over here making like I can't imagine them trying to make like a couple hundred percentages in a year. Like that's more so like retail, like me and us. But even so, like I swear they're making like, fuck, maybe even less than 10%. I might be just throwing round numbers up, but it's in terms of like overall percentages, like it's not, they don't need to make too much when they're managing. 5% is cracked. That's the goal though. That's the goal though. To make like 5%, 5 to 10% a year being retail, you're eating. And you're just living off of 5 to 10%, you're eating. You don't even like, I mean, you're not really trading every day at that point, to be honest, right? You're just waiting and hunting, and then you're sniping in whenever you get that opportunity, and you're just waiting for that opportunity to form. And we got volume. Let's hope so. NYSE opened up, so it'll be nice. Nice. So let's see, can you break below 20, chat? So we gotta go like down like maybe another 60-ish, around there. Around there. So yeah, we gotta wait this, let it break the lows again. Probably like another like 60, or probably like another, yeah, like 70, 60 pips to break it lows, and then a pullback, and then a re-break for continuation. Otherwise, this can still be a higher low, right? But there's some nice volume coming in here, so if you can just push through, that'd be nice. Look at yourselves, obviously we have at 60, right? So that's pretty far still. Could be a trade day, chat. Finally. Finally. Could it be? Can you give me your ranges one more time? It's on my screen. My levels here. 40, 60. No, hold on. These are all my levels today. If you want to know how I got the levels, watch the morning breakdown again. But by like, you know, if you want to screenshot this, you can copy them. This is just what I got for a day. These are my major zones, and these are just like the minor zones that we're using for different purposes. These are all just different purposes. They're not all going to be closures below. Some of them are just like top wick zones that want to be tapped. Some of them are closures below. Some of them are next target zones, etc., etc. If you want to know each definition, that morning breakdown might help you. But you need to have an account to live off 5% a year. Yeah, but who said you gotta live off of trading? At least like, or right now you have to live off of trading, right? You can build capitals in different ways. But it's like when you try to get that expedited account is when you really fuck up. And you're constantly in that loop. Constantly in that loop between being disciplined, but also trying to grow your account. There's only one option, that's being disciplined. Unfortunately, bro, there's no shortcuts to that. Humble numbers, yeah, the humble days, you know, the humble days. The humble days of a Nintendo account. Start chasing, yeah, bro. It's all just, I mean, within yourself though. As to, yeah, just ask why you're chasing, really, right? And a lot of times, just because you're trying to satisfy someone else. I don't know, bro. It's just, you guys ask me how I wait for trades for so long. I just know my playbook. I've practiced it, right? It's tons of reps over the years. So no matter if it's a win or a loss, like, you're always gonna refer back to your playbook, regardless of the result. So yeah, you need some volume here, chat. If you can get another spike like this, that'd be nice, you know? Another spike down and a pullback would be nice. Looking like that, and then a re-break below, like I'm assuming below here would be clean. So yeah, another spike like this. A back-to-back yellow. Going back to yellow and purples. Remember we used to draw that? You guys know I'm referencing that, right? I don't need to draw it again. Basically in this cycle, you've had like the same constant thing really. You've had a drive and then you had a pullback, right? You've had a drive, and then you had pullbacks, right? And then you had a drive. I guess on this time frame, it's still pulling back and it hasn't given that drive yet, but on the smaller time frame is what I'm talking about. You had a pullback, and then I'm assuming if you continue, this should be a drive, right? So then you go in a small time frame and you do the same thing, because this is the 15. You go in a small time frame, you look at this range. Remember earlier we mentioned, like, you want to see this come down a lot quicker than this range. This range took what, 2 hours, right? Remember I was like, hey, this took, you know, 160 candles to range. So if it corrects it less than that, which in this case it took how long? It took maybe like 10 candles, 10 minutes, a lot quicker than a move up, which means that there's volume coming down, right? And then you look at now the structure, like, okay, if this is your range, if that's your yellow, right? If this is your yellow right here, and then you get purple, you get another purple, then that's volume, right? And then that's when you're gonna be looking for those ideas. But until then, like, you're kind of still stuck here. It is nice though, because this move does it shows signs of volume. Right? It shows volume. Now it's just a matter of like what's gonna confirm the continuation of a push, and that's when I'll wait for price to actually break here, and then slight pullback, and then continuation, and then that's the move that we're gonna grab today. Right? So same play from the morning, same play we broke down today, and we can get it. We can get it, but be patient. Can you review my chart? You got B in Divas 01. Here, let's look at Pencil's chart. He has a 4-hour leg candle. That is nice. Yeah, down here. I think, is that the 4-hour one too? 4-hour one, 1-hour one. Yeah, it's around the same area. 4-hour leg candle. Yeah, that's clean. That is clean. So chat, stops and lots were talked about earlier, right? 0.05 lot on this account is what I'm using, and then I think stops are around 2200. So that's why it's 0.05. If you get in, I'm assuming, what do we have again? We had, where did it go? Oh, up here, 42.46. So above that, 42.46 zone. And if you come up from here still, the wick entry sell is still valid, but that's up at 60, right? So you're gonna have to drive up like still 360 pips, 350 pips. Oh, nice pullback here. Let's see, can this hold? Very nice. That wasn't closure below, but still a pullback, right? Still a little bit of structure. If you look at the movement, still got this and this. So if you re-break, then there's a little bit of structure here, right? Covering this. So that helps with the 4 flip and everything too. We gotta drop down. Spreads, let's see if they can get better too. I think the way down here, it wasn't bad. I think better than yesterday. Let's see if the rest of the move below 20 could be a strong, consistent move. And if it is, chat, then bada bing, bada boom. Lots of ranges. Damn, everyone locked in right now. All of a sudden we're hunting for trades, huh? Chat I got put on fast mode. Chat got frozen. NASDAQ clearing gold this past few weeks. Is it really? TP, if we get in, I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. I should probably start looking. I just know we'll have like, I gotta see where we get in first, right? That's the thing before I start advantage points. But your next area is 4003, so I'm assuming around there. Could be, but I'm gonna have like, I gotta see where we get in because I want to see this break the lows again. And if it does break the lows, it might not reject until 413 or until 14 or until 10. I gotta see where that rejection is first before I plan out the TPs. But stops are 42. Stops are 42.46. So we're using a 0.05 lot on this account. Leg candle body reaction too here. Very nice. 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 You're in cells, Reggie. Let's go, man. Let's hope it runs. For runners. You have a leg count there too. Looking good, looking good. Can I make $1 million American dollars? With this Polish lore again? Dollar is dumping. Any news? Gold might actually go green here. again, man, I don't know. I don't know, but I will know once you get more confirmations of where it's going. So I'm still waiting for that. That's why I don't know. I'm waiting for those pushes and pullbacks to confirm that we're going to drop down here. I don't know if we're going to drop up though until you break above 4,200. If you do drop up though, I got a 4060 wick entry sell zone. So that's kind of what I got planned. I don't know about the direction, but I know where I'll get in, if that makes sense. No more Polish lore, bro. I quit. I quit. Let's focus on, we gotta pick a new culture to focus on every month. Chat, where you guys from in the chat? You gotta spread it, you know? It can't just be one. Chat, where you guys from in the chat? Put what flag you're from. When did we focus on Poland though? Bro, you've been focused on Poland for like, in the chat, almost every day. Bulgaria, Turkey, NYC, South America, Suriname. Where's Suriname? South America. That's like northeast South America. Yo, what flag is that? Hong Kong. Hong Kong. With the mood, where is that? What flag is that? Cambodia. Damn. Lots of Asians here. Lebanon. Lebanon back to back. Oh, Lebanon. Oh, that's what you meant. Kenya. North tip above Brazil. Oh, I was close. I was close there, huh? I was close. We global here? Yeah, bro, we are. My website, itsdonvo.com. When I go and check the like where everyone's from, it's like universal. It's like literally like Asia. Like I have people, Asia, like everywhere, like literally everywhere. North America, South America, like crazy. Small parts of Asia too. Like it's crazy to me. But number one, for my stats, majority of where everyone's from that go watches my stuff is American, US, and then comes I think Canada and UK, and then I think that's like the top 3 rankings in views. Australia. Oh yeah, Australia too. Australia, New Zealand, Oceania. Literally. Australia, of course, though, because I'm with Blueberry and they're Australian, so. Ain't it, mate? What are we gonna do today? Well, we came close there, right? Not close enough, though. See how we're rejecting? I didn't know that we're gonna reject, but I know what could have helped the rejection, which is the push below and the pullback, right? So that's why I wanted to see. And we can still get that if you continue to push below and pull back still, but again, we still need that push in order to get the move. Otherwise, it could still be higher lows, right? And this can still be corrected all the way up towards 4060. And if it does go towards 4060, that won't be too bad too, chat. Like I think in this pink zone right here, we're looking for wick entry sells. So if it does pop up another like 290 pips around there, around here to here, in that pink zone, looking for the wick entry sells as a reaction area, because you're breaking through two ranges, one range here and two ranges here, and this becomes a resistance, and you can get a reaction here. I'm not expecting from, don't ask me if I'm expecting, you know, from 40.60 if it's gonna go down. I don't know, but I do know that if you get a reaction means that you reject, right? And then you can hover in this area before deciding where it wants to go next. So in this area gives you like how much of a range? Like 120, right? So that's like kind of what I'm looking for if you come up. The hard part is, you know, coming up. We don't know, but we have ideas for that too. If it does reverse, I don't have any buy ideas though. I don't got any buy ideas until far. And that's the plan. Simple plan today. 2 ideas or 3 ideas we had today. South Africa, Philippines. Ohio, Speed, bro, who you know from Ohio? Bro, I call you Speed. Speed's from Ohio. Who you know from Ohio? Speed and LeBron James? That's how I know, actually. Speed and LeBron James. LeBron. Oh, LeBron to the Sixers. Neil Armstrong? He's from Ohio? Where are my Canadians back? Canadians at? Canadians, stand up. Spam a 1 if you're Canadian. Or no, spam a maple leaf if you're Canadian. A maple leaf. Hey, no spamming, Penzo. Oh, yo, tier 2, 54 months. Thank you, chat. Matter of fact, here, guys, I'm gonna give you guys some. Here, 5 gifted from me to you. Whoever got 5 gifted, complain about ads day. Whoever complained about ads day, I hope you get that. You don't gotta complain about ads no more if you get this. 5 gifted. Jake, HD, BW, KJ. I have never seen the future NBA player. I've never seen him chat before. Damn. W. Alright, can we get this move now, chat? It's okay. If you guys missed out on the gifteds, we could get a move here and everyone can be part of that move, okay? Okay, I'll be part of this move, but you gotta almost there. You just gotta break this low again. Another 70 pips to go. Right, this is a nice pullback here. They made a pullback, decent, pretty nice. So if this was to be a fake out, if this breaks the lows, this will confirm that this is lower highs, so lower chance to be a fake out. That's what that confirms. All right, and it rejected off of 40.20 earlier, right, which is like a monitor zone that I had, nothing too crazy. But now it just needs to break below, and it will be set. Volume though, lots of volume is what you want to see. And in a pullback, I'm assuming 419, then the re-break of wherever that low is, that it makes. You might be good to pop here, Reggie. You still in that? I think you can probably like at least minimum like 1909. That 15 lead. True. Oh, 15 lead. So I got BE. Okay, okay. Damn, you have a 30-minute lead the other way too. Again, this is the patience part, right, chat? Like you don't have to predict literally where price is going to go. You can just make an assumption off of what you have in front of you. Like we don't have to predict here whether it's gonna reject here or push. You just kind of wait for those movements to kind of give you those senses, right? Like wait, like apply those confluences and then wait for those confluences. But you don't have to make that like that guess like from like afar. It doesn't have to be as complicated. Wick sells or no? I have at 40.60. So I don't know if it's gonna go up there. I'm not gonna predict if it's gonna go up there. If it does go up there, then this is wick entry sells. If it goes up with, you know, continuous moves and not pullbacks, because if it does pull back, then that's higher lows, and then the wick entry sells could be a little tougher, so no. But if it comes up straight up, yeah, we'll get those ideas. But I gotta go soon, chat. It's gonna be an earlier day today for me. We'll see. We can get something before maybe. Just depends on the volume. But tomorrow's a double session anyways, right? So we'll be here, chat, tomorrow. I'll be here twice. In the morning and then in the afternoon for FOMC. For Jerome. News. 10 a.m. orange folders, right? Yeah, CB consumer confidence came out negative. So we'll see how price reflects that. Orange though, nothing too crazy, but it's the only forward today, so maybe it will be something impactful. Jerome, no. Tomorrow is Kevin. No Jerome tomorrow. Kevin Wash. Kevin. Kevin's not here. Jerome, yeah, no more Jerome memories. New era though. I feel like the time's right, you know. Time's right for a new Fed chair. You're losing it. Let's see, guys. Let's see, man. 80 pips away or 300 pips away. Which one would you choose? Chat, which one would you rather choose? Wick entry sells or continuations for my ideas? Which one do you want? 1 and 2. Which one? 1 or 2? TJ Island. I seen like maybe a clip of the first one. I didn't watch it though. What else is he doing in it? 1 and 2, and wrong answers. All of you guys, bro. The answer should be none. You can't choose in trading, guys. You can't choose. You can't have a preference. It's whatever price prints. We'll try again tomorrow though. Try again tomorrow. It's a trick question. What else does TJR do in the island? And why did he name it TJR Island? When's that phone seat tomorrow? 2 p.m. 2 p.m. East. That was, yeah, 4 a.m. for you. GG's, bro. You're not seeing. You are not going to be trading that phone seat on 4 p.m. 4 a.m. May or may not be worth it though. What does that mean? He sold his best friend for 3K? What does that mean? Sold his friend for 3K? And teacher gave him 10K to make him happy. Was that like some type of incentive or something? Next trade idea, bro. Bro, I can't. I have 2 simple ideas right now. I can't make trade ideas if there's not any new information printing. I need to wait for information to print in order to make trading ideas, right? And you can't have been in the same range throughout the session, so nothing really has formed yet. Damn. You know, break the gambler, dude. He made it to the top 2 traders somehow. Damn, cinema. Hey, for real though, I don't watch any trading content other than Unk. Damn, man. You glazing. Really, bro? I believe you, bro. I believe you. All right, Chad. This move could be some, could be corrected, could be some. Again, you need 2 yellows. It sounds stupid, but it's literally what I use and what I've been doing when determining like volume and ranges, and that's what helped me today, right? Live on stream today helped us get these ideas that has not formed yet for a reason, right? But look, if you correct this move now, man. If you correct this move now, chat, that's 2 ranges, right? That's up here. And I think 40-60, if you go back to on the 4, like I think that's what I based it off of as well. Like just areas here, going across here. So that's like something that we're gonna use today, right? It could be a little lower too, just because you did come down a lot further before you picked up again. Like it came all the way down towards 20, right? If it came down, if this was just one move, then a little higher. But I think from here, we could use anywhere in this yellow zone here, or this pink zone here. Anywhere from 55 to 60, but it's gonna be roughly in that area. All right, guys. That's after the 4-hour flip, though, or quote unquote the last 4-hour flip. $20 pips. Had to go with 20 pips. Hey man, we've been averaging a little more this year though. We've been averaging a little more this year. No more 10 pips. 10 pips is the new break even. Still no runners though. I want a runner. I can't force them though, but we haven't had a runner since maybe like June 17th. And I just took in, we have 2 days left, chat, or 3 days left, right? Until Friday. What is you buying, selling, or buying? Dude, you talk a lot. You're on someone's stream waiting for a signal. If you're gonna wait for a signal, fine. Perfectly fine. No problem. But at least let the person give the signal. You can't force the person to give a signal. You know, like yeah, if you're waiting for something, fine. But to force me to take a signal because you're waiting for it, how ridiculous does that sound, bro? Think about it. Just get in. Get in position on your own, right? Or get in one of your ideas. But if you're gonna be on someone's stream waiting for a signal, let them be patient. Let them wait 2 weeks for a single trade if it takes 2 weeks sometimes. You know, how you gonna force someone that's not you to fucking take a trade, bruh? You on someone's stream looking for signals. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. I can yap and not yap all I want. Because I'm breaking down everything that I'm doing here. I'm breaking down bit by bit how I'm getting to each exact concept, scenario, what I'm waiting for, what I'm not looking for, what I'm worried about, right? Bro, think about it, bro. Just think about it. That's all I'm asking. Drink some water, though. I'm gonna get some water, though. I will get some water, though. Hold on. All right, bro, I listened to you. I got some water, now you gotta listen to me. I did a short in 48.7. I just put my stop loss in break even, and then when it hit my stop loss to continue down, it happens, bro. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. There'll be more opportunities. Happens all the time. Yo, tier 1, Marcos. Thank you, bro. Shout out to the birdhouse. Drink some Don Julio. Oh, man. Let's see, chat. Could it be? Could it be, man? A lot, decent volume coming in there. This count came down pretty quick, you know. This took like maybe a minute count to come out 80 pips, or 1 5-minute candle. So we can see here a lot sharper. Let's see if it can fill the rest of the range. Don't worry, next stream with me and Marcus will be IRL stream. Right, Marcus? It kind of happens many times, so it ain't phasing me. W, bro. W non-phase. Let's see, can it flip? Can the 4 flip? This is, or not the 4, the 1, right? The 1 has 45 minutes left, chat. So pretty, not bad, you know? The opening of the candle came up like 100 pips within the first 16 minutes here. So if this flips bearish, then below these areas here, you can get continuation. Just a flip and a drive, really. I don't have a sell stop on the flip though. In 2020 I might have. Dun, 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 dun. Is that enough structure though? I think I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for a little more. So I'm waiting for a push down and a pullback. But very key, I need that push down completely. So if you can just push through, like push through this entire zone here and not slowly come down like a candidate over here. Just like push right through and then pull back. And then that pullback will determine if it's a faker or not, right? It can come up like this still, but let's say it pulls back and then it just re-breaks, then yeah, continuation for me. So I need just that one extra pullback, because this is a 1 hour flip, right? 1 hour can flip here and still reflip bullish and close the leg candle, but I'll wait for that pullback. Low IQ? No, of course not, bro. Very high IQ and very high EQ. Very high. EQ is like not, it's different from IQ. EQ is just like, I don't know how to describe it. You gotta Google it, but it's different from IQ. Emotional intelligence. Yeah. Emotional intelligence, emotional damage, emotional damage. 40.25. Okay, Vivicia, let's get it. Sorry, man. There's an automation bot in the YouTube that the moment you send signals or something like a signal, it's going to delete. So, you know. Wait, what? Short right now is kind of gambling? That's fine, bro. Ooh, okay, chat. So let's see. Hopefully we didn't wait 2 weeks for a trade for a drawdown trade, right? It is a possibility. So, but look, push down, broke the lows. Now it's just a pullback, and it might not pull back. If it doesn't, then let it be, let it be, let it be, let it drive. But if this does pull back here, like it is right there, pull back, and then let's see. Can it pull back towards like maybe a little higher, maybe like right here, right below 7, tapping 17, then a rebreak. The rebreak of lows would be the continuation sells that I'll take. I need to see a 17 though, at least. Must be 250 at least. And then remember our stops are going to be 42, 46, so roughly 2200. And then my lot size is 0.05 as discussed earlier, right chat? That did not tap 17, so nothing for me yet. Let it drive, let it drive. If it doesn't pull back, I can't get that entry. But you get, the thing is, you still got lots of range here, right? We're looking at target 49 and 85 in general, so it's just a matter of how we're gonna get there. So if we can't get it here, it's fine. I think the next struggle area becomes like below here, so like it could be 4003, right? But we still got range until 4003. I think coming down here is clean traffic until 4003 here. Maybe a little higher, 4004. So it's just a matter of pullbacks. So 17 couldn't be tapped, but you did make a high there. That's invisible because it happened within a 1 minute time frame. So if you re-break, you can still get a 17. So I'll leave that there for now. That'll still be a top work that I want to see. Still got some room here. This is just a, don't worry about 4010. 4010 is just a BE zone of that. Our zone really is 4004, right? This goes down 4016, 65. And we have different BE zones too. So if we do get in below here, let's say it taps 16 here and then re-breaks the lows, chat. That re-break of the low is going to be, yeah, I think this is a pretty fair BE, like 4009.11. Can we tap 16.65 and 4, 3, 2, 1? Can we tap? So no sells yet, right? No sells yet. Hold on. The pullback, 16. It could be higher than 16 too, but minimum 16 is what I want to see. And that's really it. 16.65. And there we go. So tap 16.65, right? So very chill, right? Wait for everything that we wanted now. And now it's just a matter of re-breaking now. That's it. If you can re-break, amazing. If it doesn't re-break, then you don't get the position. Simple as that. Plan it out. Nothing to FOMO over. And let's see if it re-breaks or not. But this is the pullback, right? You didn't get it up here earlier, and that's fine. But now you got it here. And it came up higher than 16, so that's even better, right? The higher the pullback, the better it is if you do re-break the lows. You the best. You the best, bro. You the best, bro. We're close, chat. If you waited out more for a setup, or you, in the matter of fact, like the last week, right? Don't FOMO in now, bro. Nothing to FOMO for when you plan for everything, right? I'm still holding short. What to take? I got positions right now below the rebreak of lows if you rebreak here. And I'm looking to go BE at around like 4,009. And then the rebreak of lows down here, the leg kind of body reaction areas at 4,007 will be trail stops for me. So whatever price leads me to. And TP, we'll try to attempt like 4,000. Right? How much is that? Like a 100-bit runner? We can attempt that. I think 4,036. You can try to do 49.85, which is like our next overall area that we're looking for. You can do that too. I think I'm gonna leave that at 4,000 though, cause yeah, you have options. Maybe you could try 4,985 from my position if we get one. Cause that's the focus, right, chat? We're breaking into this range, and that's why we had 85 today. So you have lots of range though. It's just a matter of like how we're gonna get in on the way down towards that area, right? You didn't like 4020? 4020 wasn't bad. I think I was looking at this early below 4020, but only if you came up above, I think 4040. If you were to break above here and then end up coming down like this was like a steeper top wick, 4020 would have been fine. It was also the 1 hour flip too, but I was looking at the 30-minute lev, the 1 hour lev, and then also on the 15, these are like your invisible candles right here if you block them out. So it wasn't too tough of an area, but it's the top wick. Let's see. Pretty slow on the way up though. Let's see if this comes back down. So this is the closest we came, chat, in 2 weeks, I think, or in a week since our last trade, or 2 weeks since our last trade on stream. This is the closest we came. We haven't gotten to a point where we actually had a wait for the rebreak and an enter, right? And like almost since the 16th when we got those trades. Are you dipping early today? Yeah, I got a dip about 11 latest. If there's nothing about 11, I got to hop off right at 11. But yeah, shorter day today for me, chat. But tomorrow double stream, right? So we'll be good. We will be Gucci. I'd like to ask when you will classify accounts invisible. It's just because these two counts combined are more so like very weak counts or dojis. When it's looking like this, It's not for like a confirmation of an entry. It's more so of like if there's like traffic there, it won't be, I won't count it as traffic much. So like I'll block it out. So then therefore this 4016 won't be too much of a struggle to break. That's what I'll do for it. But it's not like a confirmation to like enter, you know? It's more of like confirmation for when, let's say we get in sells below here, and to the left there's like invisible candles. So let's say like we get in sells in the rebreakout lows here, somewhere down here, and then to the left there's like invisible candles. Like there's like something looking like this to the left that could be traffic. I won't be too harsh on it, like in terms of break even or trail stops. Right? Let's just say something looks like that. This won't be too tough in an area. Would you rather have a high win rate or better risk management? Both. Just be the best you can be. There shouldn't be one or the other. It's just like work on both. And that's what we're doing. 8 years in the making and forever to go. But you don't gotta pick just one. You can just focus on both slowly at a time, right? You don't gotta change. It doesn't change overnight, but you can focus on improving both. Always win rate and also RR too. Do you think consistency comes from discipline or strategy? None. Oh no, yeah, discipline. Discipline is consistency. It comes from that. It comes from discipline, just like it comes from showing up. It comes from journaling. It comes from repetition of reps of doing the same thing constantly over for many cycles, many market cycles. It just comes from experience. Strategy is like 1% of what you're actually doing. It's like 99% discipline and 99% consistency, right? Is what makes up your trading. 1% of it is actually trading. 1% is actually clicking that button. So again, you can grab a piece of shit strategy and make it work, right? You can grab the worst of the worst strategy, or quote unquote the worst, or something totally opposite of anybody, and it's just your mental. Obviously you don't want to do that, right? But any strategy works. It's just all mental though. So when people try to find a holy grail, it's like there's no holy grail. The holy grail can be found within yourself, bro, and that's just your discipline. You said in the future you want to improve your positive RR high win rate? Yeah, I think we're gonna be positive RR traders one day. It might take another couple of years, but as long as I'm journaling my trades out here, we're working on it. That's usually how it flows. It just comes naturally though, right? With time. But constantly in the making of that. But it's not gonna be like one simulation session. Let's try out positive RR. No, like it gradually we'll get to that point. But we gotta get to this next point before we get to that point. You know, you can't just, it's like picking a bias for a day. It's like you can't just assume it's gotta be one thing after the other, right? One step, at least the next step. But yeah, positive RR with a high win rate is doable for sure. It's all possible. Chad, see, man, it might be GG's if this thing corrects the range. I mean, let's see. We can still get the wick entry sells, but you know that's 300 pips, so we only have 25 minutes left. We only got 25 minutes left. Order continuations too. Oh, let's see. Will it re-break? Just completed 3 ads. Hey man, I tried, man. I try to give 5 gifteds today. You know, just weren't lucky enough. I tried. Stay on the stream for the next 3-6 months. Yeah, we'll be here for sure. We are not going anywhere. We'll be on YouTube live / Don Overseas every morning, 8 a.m. East. Monday to Friday. Oh, is this some glitch here? $110 more pips. Let's see. How quick is this gonna be? We have chat. Fuck man, we don't got a lot of time. Let's see. The latest I'll place the trade is 11. I gotta dip at 11. So if there's nothing by 11, then GG's. Damn, no ads there? Sheesh. Sheesh. 5 leg game filled here. We can delete these zones, right? We don't need them no more. Just a re-break really at this point. Damn, it's looking like a good day, chat. It's looking like a bad day to hop off early, but it is what it is. Arkham Knights. I don't have any right now, Benzo. Too much pressure. Spreads looking like they might be a little better in the first move, maybe. How much is this again? This is 20 BEs and then trust stops 40-ish around here. Not bad, not bad, not bad. This is looking like it might be the last time we got potential here today, chat. Are you even active in your, what's that, CFS? What's that? my channel that I take trades in. Whatever I took in this account since the account started has been called out. So yeah, whatever trades I take, if there's nothing, there's nothing. Like I don't take any like off stream or like anything like that. I don't call out. So whatever I take. CFX though, I don't know. I don't think we have a CFX community, bro. You might be in a different channel or really old server that I don't think I have anymore. That's like way back. Oh, my close friends, bro. I'm not gonna post a trade in my close friends. Why would I post a trade on my Instagram story? You gonna see that shit like 10 minutes after. Close friends. But I don't think I use a close friends. I think I tried to give a signal out before on my story, but you can't really give scalps like that. You gotta give like longs scalps, bro. You're not gonna. By the time you see that signal, it's probably done. It's a 30-second trade. Unless you're talking about the Instagram. Oh, you mean my fault. You're talking about Instagram channel, right? Like the Instagram channel. That I have not tried yet. I thought about that before though, but I think there might be a delay on that too, because I don't type out my signals like that. I just enter and then it automatically gets sent to the server. So whatever I enter, gets sent over. So it's just automatic. I don't like type it out. I used to though, but it takes too much time. I'll maybe like send like if I'm looking for something Asian, I'll like give out in advance like what I'm looking for, what the stops will be, what my lot sizes and B zones and everything just to prepare. But when it comes to execution, it's just like instant. You're done your ticket trades? No, sir. Not today yet. But we're coming. We got only 17 more minutes left here, guys. It's looking like low. Looking like we need to move now. $280 away from the wick entry sells and maybe like $150 away from continuation sells. And this move was pretty slow too, so it's not as rapid, right? Which means that this move right here could not be a real move. Quote unquote, what is a real move, right? But like this might not be anything significant today then, that drive. Could just been liquidity to go up if it doesn't continue driving, right? That's it. Like, if you zoom out, really nothing happened here. So that could be corrected. Oh man. W, finally. I was like, damn. Yeah, it's a little confusing. Especially if you're not already in the server. It might be like, yeah, link it and then it's a little complicated, but thanks for the patience. I will add 1 extra day since you missed today's session, so I'll add it to your subscription after stream. What's up, Eddie? Chat, be honest, chat. How has your trading been since March? Since we returned? You think like the streams have been helping you guys? Or what do you think? You think they've been helping? You see improvements on your account on your end? If you've been copying the trades, I mean, obviously that has to be going good because literally no losses since we came back. But in terms of overall education, though, are you American? I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm Canadian. I'm from Toronto. I'm down 55,000. GG's. Rap cause plan. Cause I have this fucking bill in my back, right? I have this American. I should have got a Canadian bill. I should have got a Canadian $100 brown bill. Helps identify vulnerable zones. W. I learn a lot from you. How to wait for yourselves and be patient, discipline. W. W bit some. W. Any fun companies you suggest? No, not at the moment. I don't have any to suggest. Or I haven't tried any to suggest, so I'll be giving bad suggestions. How's the story of the chart? Then use that for my own trades. W. See, chat. Y'all not here for the vibes, man. Be honest. There's some learning here too. Be honest, bro. You guys always stay here for the vibes, bro. Here for the education. W here for the education. Are you online what time? 8 a.m. East. 8 a.m. East, just like my website, Monday to Friday. Until like 11, 12, depending. I think over the months we've been increasing our session stop loss until 12, 11, but yeah. W Gabriel. Hey man, W. Accurately predicting the push for the day trend, bro. See, so I'm just glad there's people, cause yo, you guys say here for the vibes, right? But I know, you know, sometimes y'all trolling, whatever. But it's good feedback. I just need to know like what else I could include and add, you know? So that's why I like the feedback. W though. People pay attention to overall the trend. If you watch the morning analysis every day, man, like you tune to that every day. You can tune to the daily analysis every day in the morning and then not hop on for the rest of the stream. That's fine. But bro, you come back to that daily analysis, you'll see like how consistent it is in terms of if it plays out or like, you know, what we're focused on. If you're really tuned in. W. Let's see, chat. Fuck, man. We're midway between now. I think we're like maybe 200 pips away from the lows and then maybe 200 pips away from the highs of our wick entry sell. So we're just in the middle. So let's see, we got 10 minutes left. Let's see if this picks up, but it's looking like unless this really drives up here, you know, 2-inch pips within like 10 minutes here, it's gonna look like GG's. Maybe we'll be lucky. We'll see though. Some people always talk a lot, but not a lot of people have verified positive results for the last 365 days. Bang! Bro. Literally though. W. 365 days on this account, chat. One account. Consistent too, you know? Like, so if there's a consistency rule, I think we're pretty consistent. We might have like a crazy, like, month where it's like extra percentages, but really like, it's like in that realm though, you know? It's not going from like 10 to like 100, you know? It's consistent, and that's what I've been trying to like show. But yeah, some people don't even have like records or show their MT5, which is understandable. But a 1K account shown is better than showing like just an MT5, I'll say. Even when it's a 1K account, better than just showing like a empty trading view screen, right? With nothing on it except for just like, yo, you can just do this all day long, like, you know, and then no record to track it up. It's like, I mean, not everyone wants to show every stat, but I feel like it's important, especially when like, if you guys are watching me every day, I feel like it's important to know like what is happening, like what is the result here, what is he doing? Because I can just show this all day, bro, take positions, and then just not have a record, not have any recording of the journal, not journaling the trades, but it's useless. It's like, what's that gonna do for you aside from just flexing that I can take trades? I'm not here to flex if I can take trades. I'm here to fucking show my experience, right? Show whatever it is. And that's really all. You said overly consistent and disciplined. W pencil, bro. You got the point. The best tip from Don was when gold hit all-time highs, he copied previous range. Yeah, that's the all-time high strategy. That's the all-time high strategy. So yeah, when we're there again, that's what we'll pull out. Every time we're all-time highs, we pull that out. And shit, man, now we have more experience at all-time highs than ever. We've been at all-time highs at least like 6 times now. So we started doing that when it was like 2023, right? Or 2022. Ever since 2022, 2023, there are all-time highs, 2024, 2025, right? Every time so far, that strategy has most optimal. It's so hard to figure out what price wants to do. You don't gotta figure it out, man. You don't gotta figure it out. You don't need to figure out, is gold gonna go up today? Is it gonna go down today? And then take a position hoping that it's gonna play out. It's too complicated. You don't need to do that. It sounds easy because it's easy with less thinking. So that's why it's easy, right? But if you really utilize everything that's in front of you, all the time frames, all the structure, it'll give you a much clearer answer. Like you're gonna see it. Like you go from looking at like Toronto's water to like Turks and Caicos water. It's just clear. You can actually see through the water. But when you know, missing all that info, it's gonna be a little blurry, a little, you know, not as clear. And then you don't want to make guesses when you're not as clear, right? And confidence comes with being clear constantly, consistently. That's what the confidence comes from. Not, I feel confident today, let me take a trade. You don't want, that's just, a lot of that is just ego and trading too, right? Like you don't want to take trades off the fact that you feel more confident or not confident. It's like, try to be steady and then be consistent, and then the results kind of just print on its own. But you don't have to make it too complicated. $5 minutes more, chat. 5 minutes more, man. Pierogies? No pierogies today, bro. I had pierogies like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I had pierogies. While you in a trade trying to figure out where to exit is difficult is what I meant. You don't have to figure out what, because it's not difficult to exit. You know what's difficult? Let me break it down for you. What's difficult is you're trying to be perfect with your exits. You're trying to get out and not FOMO. You're trying to get out and you don't want to see price drive down extra 1,000 pips. That's why it's hard to exit. But exiting is easy. You just click a button and you exit. Now, when it comes to making decisions on where you want to exit, it's the same way you enter. For me, at least, it's support and resistance. So where's my next zone? What is the most logical level price can tap into? But the hard part is accepting the fact that you might exit and this thing might drop 1,000 pips. This thing might give you a perfect rejection. You might have had a perfect exit. Great. But one thing you can repeat day in, day out is finding that exit point. Using support and resistance to find those zones, or your fib, or like your indicator, or like your trend line, or whatever you're using to get to those trade ideas. That's something you can actually rinse and repeat. You can't rinse and repeat a consistent pip count each day, because each day throws something different at you. Each day will have more or less volume depending on what price is giving you. So you can't always like get that perfect exit. And if you're chasing that, you're gonna have a hard time adjusting, because what does your mental that day have to do with the markets? Nothing. It's just fear. It's just chasing something. It's just like, I need to get the perfect exit. I need to make more pips today. You don't need to make more pips today, bro. You don't. You just need to have a consistent plan and then let price do what it wants to do. Might give you 10 pips today, might give you 100, but regardless, you're not gonna act on that emotion. You're gonna come back tomorrow, same play, same zones, and price through time will give you whatever, you know? Like my pips aren't accurate. Look, it's not like, you know, crazy different, but it's like, I'm not, just because I got 100 pips, I'm not gonna chase that tomorrow. Tomorrow I got 20. The day after I got 12, 31, 24, but it's just what the market gives me. Our next trade could be a massive runner for all I know, right? And same thing, when you take a loss, you can't act on a loss now. You can't, I'm talking from experience. You can't just sit there and be like, damn, I took a loss yesterday. Because all of a sudden now, your whole mindset is like, you're thinking about a loss. But you're not, because that's the first thing on your mind right now, because you took a loss. But if you think about before the loss, what were you doing? You were probably taking winning trades still. But all of a sudden, your mind shifts from that to focusing on that loss. So every trade you take after is a reaction to that loss. It's like, I need to make that loss back. This next trade needs to be a runner. This next trade needs to be bigger. But when you, again, just be consistent with finding your zones, your losses will come back naturally. It's like when you play a ranked game, again, you play a ranked game, a League of Legends, iRacing, whatever it is, you're not gonna make back all your ranked points if you lose a ranked game. It's gonna take some games to make it back. But how do you make it back in League of Legends or iRacing or like Apex or whatever ranked game you're playing, Counter-Strike? You be disciplined. You gotta be disciplined. You can't go in there and change your whole game plan. Like you can't go from like, let's say you're sniping at the back to go ahead and to fucking all of a sudden you're rushing now. You gotta continue doing what you were doing. You can't change your strategy. So when you take a loss, you can't just come back the next day and like, oh, I need to change my entire strat. I need to go from sniping at the back to I need to go to rushing. You continue sniping from the back, bruh. That's what you're good at. And that's it for me, chat. I'm gonna call that a day, bro. So, chat, it's 11. Bro, I gotta go early today. I will be here extra, but I gotta go. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bro. Have a good day. Peace out, everybody. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Double stream tomorrow, okay, chat? Double stream tomorrow. I'll be here in the morning and in the afternoon. All right, but let's leave it off of that. All right, chat. Have a good day. Peace, peace. Peace, 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 peace.
Watching the moves, playing it close. SOD, super soap. Rainy days, his and hers, matching coat. Jet so big, feel like a boat, staying afloat. watching the moves and playing it close. SOD, super soul. She was a hoe, but I ain't gon' judge, cause that was way before. Yeah, I know. Cleopatra at the pyramid tonight. Cinderella Benz, I got bucket seats inside. Roll a backwood with my enemies inside. Hey, okay. Yeah. WhatsApp attachment, first time I seen you naked. I didn't say Karina, but you texting faded. Say you're coming home and give me that goodness gracious, goodness gracious. Watching the moves and playing it close. SOD, super soul. Rainy days, his and hers, matching coat. We fuck on a jet, it feel like a boat, stay in the float. I'm watching the moves and playing it close. SOD, super soul. She was a hoe, but I ain't gon' judge, cause that was way before. Grind on me, grind on me. Love it when you pressing that behind on me. Holding everybody, cause they won't find it on me. Who said I can't dance with a 9 on 9 on 9 on 9 on 9 on me? Giddy up, giddy, how you rolling out, girl? Feel it in your system, codeine cow, girl. Who am I? Who am I? You know it's Mr. Big Time Eating, Mr. Not Sleeping, he's late night creeping. Both his right wrists, all that's freezing. You know I'm a dog, I'm a hard pass demon. Said she wanna ride, I'm like, hey, okay. Shawty wanna ride after 4 seasons. Shawty wanna ride after 4 seasons. Shawty wanna ride after 4 seasons. I'm watching the moves and playing it close. SOD, super soul. Rainy days, his and hers, matching coat. Jet is so big, feel like a boat, stay in the float. I'm watching the moves and playing it close.